y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya, for those of you that are new, and if you are one of my regulars, thank you so much for tuning in today. So I am finally going to do the decorate with me in my kitchen at dining area. We're going to do a gallery wall, and then we're going to put my kitchen table together, and then I'm going to give you a tour of how the kitchen turned out. So I know I've been promising that this video was coming, and I've just not really been dragging my feet on it. I just have not been able to find the time to do it. I do work full time, I have a family, and so YouTube is just sort of a new thing for me. It's a hobby. I love decorating. I would love for this channel to take off and, you know, be able to focus a little bit more on it, but I just happened to be home today because I had some repairmen coming, and I thought, well, I'm going to take advantage of this and get as much done as I can. So I was able to take the time to get this this little decorate with me done for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I hope you guys like how this turns out. Okay, so you guys know me. I do already have some things already up. Remember we talked about in some of my earlier videos, short girl problems. I am just not confident enough to be climbing up on chairs and ladders and posting it for the world to see. I have absolutely no grace whatsoever, and I fall a lot, and I don't know. I mean, I get my eyes checked, I wear glasses, but there's got to be a depth issue because I am the type of person, I will open a cabinet and hit myself in the face or walk into a door frame. I don't know. I mean, my doctors have never said that there's anything going on. I have a diabetic, so I do get my eyes checked, regularly like I'm supposed to. But I'm going to tell you, I do some crazy things. So that is just not something I'm going to do. So there are things up on the wall. I'm going to kind of give you a quick little view of how it looks. Now, what was such a challenge for me doing this gallery wall was that we did change. I've said that several times. We changed the colors in this room. So I was pretty much starting from scratch with what I was going to put on it. And I use nails. I know command strips are awesome. I'm old school. I just want to hammer a nail and be done with it. But I didn't want to be moving the nails all around. So I was trying to get, signs or pictures that were about the same size of what was already up there so that it would fit and I wouldn't be doing a lot more damage to the wall. So that did propose a challenge. This is not one of my best gallery walls, and it took me a long time to get it figured out. But I'm going to give you a real quick view of how it looks now, and then we will start decorating it. Okay, now I want to give you a really good shot of this wreath. My husband ordered this wreath from Amazon. It is a very heavy wreath. I know you can't really see me, but I would rather you see this wreath. But it's also a beautiful wreath. It's full, it's more, I guess, on the cedar line. He had been looking for one for a long time. We got it. This isn't exactly what he wanted. It was almost too big and too heavy for the area that we wanted it for, but we thought, you know what, it'll work on this white windowsill and it would add texture. And then the little sign up above is a nativity sign. We needed something long because what we have in that space is long and sort of thin, so that just kind of worked perfect. So now let's pull the rest of this together. Okay, friends, so that's it for our gallery wall. Now, if you're thinking, gosh, did she already have all that placed before? Yes, I absolutely did. I am not gonna lie. This was not a, let's figure this out. This was, I had this planned. I knew exactly where it was going. I'd already had it up there. If you watch some of my older videos, you know that I said I'm gonna be very real and honest with you guys. And this was something that I worked out, and I just kind of wanted to show you that this a way to do a gallery wall. So, I'm not that good. I did not just throw that up and everything just fit perfect. So anyway, that's just kind of how it is. I had to throw my glasses on. I had them off earlier because I didn't want it to be a glare, but I just can't see, and I don't have my contacts in today. So anyway, I hope it's not bothering some people. I only say things like that because stuff on camera, like if I watch videos and there's moving a lot, or if there's lights doing funny things, it'll kind of make me a little nauseous. Like if I did a video with my ceiling fan on and it looked like a strobe light. So I do try to be very aware. I don't want to give anybody a headache or anything. All right, so let's move on to this kitchen table. Now, I want you to know this kitchen table gave me a fit. I knew what I wanted. Some of you know I recently painted it white. It looks so much better. It is a temporary fix. I want a certain kind of table, and that's just gonna have to wait, but I needed to update what we had, so I painted this white, which kind of changed to some of the things that I could do with it that I was used to doing with it. But with this particular tablescape, I knew what I wanted in my head, but it just was not turning out. And I cannot tell you how many shopping trips it took to get this table just even semi the way that I wanted it. So let's build it, and you guys let me know what you think. Okay guys, so let's start with the table runner. So I had the burlap down, that same burlap that I used in the fall, and I had the black table runner under it, but I just didn't, it was just, I don't know what it was. I liked the burlap look, I just didn't like it. So I had seen this particular tablecloth a few times, and then it just finally grew on me, and it come from Hobby Lobby. It's just like rayon and linen. You've probably seen it. It says Merry Christmas, just in that natural color. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give that a try, and I actually really liked it. Let's get this thing on. Okay, so short of the fact that I should have ironed it, it really does look great on the table, and that natural color light does look really good with the white. So now I'm going to use my long dough bowl. Now I really debated about whether or not I should remake this dough bowl. But I'm not. I'm going to point out some things on it. I did make the dough bowl, and I fought and fought and fought and fought, and I finally like it. I finally like what I was able to pull together. Over time, the more my confidence builds, I'm hoping that I'm willing to kind of do some more things from scratch, and that I get a better setup. I'm still struggling with my setup and everything, so I know I have one particular amazing YouTuber that watches me from time to time. She is fabulous, and she was a huge inspiration for me to start my own. But if you want to throw me some tips, I would gladly take them. So let's get this dough bowl on. Okay, so I want to talk about what's actually in the dough bowl. These right here, this little frosted greenery, I got this at Walmart about 2 years ago on clearance for about 10 cents. And I think I bought about 30 of them. They were amazing. This little pick right here came from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago, as well as the pine pick with the frosted, little leaves. And that's what I have running out all through the dough bowl. I also bought a cedar pick this year. I just bought one, and I cut all of these little pieces off just to you see some of it's coming out, just to kind of blend in with some of the cedar that we had going on. But what was really throwing me was I knew I wanted some black deer, but if I found a black deer, it was ridiculously overpriced, and I was not going to pay that. But I stumbled across these beauties at Target for $5. They were silver, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to get these and spray paint them. So I spray painted them a matte black, and I absolutely love them. They turned out great, and I think that they just made that centerpiece what it needed to be. It just kind of gave it some height, and I absolutely love it. So do not be afraid to buy something, especially if it's economical, and put your own touch to it, because sometimes you might surprise yourself and it'll just be fabulous. Okay, now moving right along, and I'm actually going to come a little bit closer because I want to show you what I ended up doing. This was another thing that just drove me bonkers. So how many of you saw this pattern, trying to get where something at Hobby Lobby, and fell in love with it? I had to have this. I think did I wait till it was 50% off? Surely I did. I did, but I had to have it. So then after I got these plates, I decided, well, I need the deer plates. Sorry guys. I was like, well, I need the deer plates to go with it, the salad plates. Well, I messed around and I only got 3 instead of 4, and I even had my sister get me one at another town. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that they come out with this pattern again next year. I'm kind of betting they don't, or that if somebody that knows that I'm looking for one of the deer plates will find one. I also need one more of the deer mugs. I had 4, but I got to looking at one of them. We hadn't even used them, and I must have bought it cracked. So hopefully I can get the 2 pieces that I need, because I just love the simplicity of it. And I plan on keeping this out all winter. So this is my plate that I'm using with, at first I just had this charger, Hobby Lobby. I went ahead and got this because I can use this more than just Christmas. This is going to be a great charger to have, but it needed something. I even kept talking to a friend of mine. She's like, well, it needs green. And I agree. I knew that it needed green. I'm not a huge fan of tablecloths. I couldn't find the green runner that I was wanting, but then I found this, and this makes this table. Now, I was in Kirkland's one night and I saw this. They only had 3 out. The lady was nice enough. She's like, it shows that we have 50 of them. Well, she went in the back and she had like 2 boxes, so she brought it out. This is a just a placemat, but how fabulous is this? Look at that. It almost looks real from a distance. It was only $5 and maybe 49 cents, something like that a piece. Oh, I loved it. So grabbed them up, and it made a beautiful place setting. So let's get that put together. Now, when I just had the plates, it was still just a little too boring to me. So I went back, and of course I got the bowls. And then I went back and forth about whether or not I should use the bowls, because I was kind of hiding all the trees, but there is a little tree inside the bowl. I'll show you one of those. But I also went ahead and grabbed these napkins. Each napkin says something different. This one says Mary. I'm not really good at folding napkins, so don't laugh at my napkins. But these napkin holders, how perfect is that with the theme that I'm going with? So I grabbed that, folded it some crazy way. It's unique, we'll say that, and added that. And so I think that the table came together in a nice way. Now I'll show you the bowl just in case you didn't see this there, but it has the pine little twigs on the outside, and it does have a Christmas tree inside, so you do see that. I keep kind of putting it on the table and taking it off. I can't really decide if I'm going to, you know, some days it's on there, some days it isn't. Okay, so that is it for the decorate with me part of this video. I'm going to show you what I did with the kitchen, and then I'm going to add a quick little tour of everything at the end for the kitchen and the dining room area. Now, we've had a cocoa bar for probably the past 3 years, maybe 4, I'm not sure. But with this kitchen used to be red, and I had a lot of Santas and snowmen and elves, mainly elves. And so I was not going to do a cocoa bar this year. I really was trying to stay budget friendly. I mean, we are supposed to be buying Christmas presents for other people, not redecorating our house. But I'm having a cookie swap tomorrow, and then I'm having another Christmas party for my work the next week, and then we are hosting Christmas Eve. And my husband he's like, you have to have a hot cocoa bar. You cannot not have a cocoa bar, because he wanted cocoa, and he's just funny. I was like, well, baby, I can fix your cocoa. We don't have to have a big old cocoa bar. But anyway, we ended up, Hobby Lobby kind of got a shipment in the past couple of weeks, or they just put some things out. I don't really know which way. And I was able to find some things that fit the white and the black and the green theme in here. So the one thing was, I love these Santa mugs. I kind of kept going back and forth each time that I saw them, and I was like, no, we're not doing mugs this year. We're not getting new mugs this year. Well, we ended up going and getting the mugs, and they're just fabulous. But I'm going to tell you something about these mugs, because this is the second mug that I've gotten this year that has broke. The first mug was the deer mug, and I know I bought that broke. I was probably so excited to find it that I didn't even think to check the whole thing. But we made cocoa out of these the first night that we got it. Well, my husband did. And when it filled up with the hot water, it cracked. So I took it back and got another one and said, I'm just going to use this for looks. But it's heavy. It's not heavy, but it's not real lightweight. But it did say that it was dishwasher safe, and what else did it say? Dishwasher safe and microwave safe. But it may not be hot water Keurig safe. So just be aware of that. Some of the things that we buy for decoration that say that they're safe, like, don't be surprised if they tear up. Just wanted to put that little warning out there. It could have just been a freak thing. But anyway, he looks super cute sitting there. I could not get all 4 to fit in this tray, but I was able to fit 2. And anyway, I will take a closer look of the cocoa bar once I get done talking. I am using my phone, so I'm not using the camera, and I have a hard time doing all those shots. But anyway, it was super cute. I love it. I got the cocoa little container with the chocolate chips, the mini marshmallows, and then I just have some white chocolate and peppermint spoons on here. Put in another one of the napkin rings that matches the napkins on the table, just to tie it all in. And of course the hot cocoa sign. Everything except for the spoons came from Hobby Lobby, and I'm thinking they came from Target. Not really sure. Okay. So then you see another napkin ring, just to kind of tie it all in together. I've got, these are the same picks that are in the dough bowl. I added a little cedar tree on top of my scale. there is a plate that matches the, I mean, it's not a plate, I apologize. There is a bowl. There is a bowl that goes with the dinnerware that I bought. Now, here is my tier tray. And this is a little, that's actually one of the Valentine houses, but I just liked it. Just with some little signs that I got from Hobby Lobby. The little snowman came from Target in their dollar spot, and so did the jar. Filled it up with pine cones. Just really simple. I love tier trays, but sometimes they're a struggle for me. Sometimes they come together just perfect, and I'm like, oh, I love that. And other times I just kind of like want to throw it out the window, but that's just sort of how that came together. I try to always have something seasonal in this little corner by my stove. It's not a very big, as you can see, it's not a very big spot. I don't use my mixer a lot, so I just move that, and I keep that festive or decorated with whatever the season. But there is the little deer plate. I managed to get 3 of them. I do want 4. Hopefully I'll get one. I have the snowflake rolling pin. There's another one of the picks to tie in. And just a little spatula. You can't really see him. He kind of keeps hiding, but it says let it snow. Super cute. He'll fall down here in a minute. And then, of course, the up of the cabinets are decorated. I will take a better shot of this, but there's our plates. We also got the Mary and Believe. You'll see that better once I stop talking. Merry Christmas. There's the platter that goes with that. I just love that dinnerware. More picks to tie the dough bowl in. Of course, there is our doggy treat station and this little Christmas tree. How many of you grew up with this Christmas tree, either in your grandmother's house or your mother's house, and it was probably green? My mom had one, and I just fell in love with it. I just wanted one just for the nostalgia of it. But my mom knew that I was doing white this year, so she gifted this to me, a little pre-Christmas gift, and it has a nice little spot right in front just to remind me of, you know, just the good old days. And I cannot believe I just said that. But anyway, many of you know what I'm talking about. And then, of course, I'm a garland person. I'm going to give you a quick shot of the garland that we have in the doorway. We also had one on the French doors. There's a little shot of that. All right, friends, so that is going to wrap up our Decorate With Me video in our kitchen and little dinette area. I hope that you liked it. Like I've said many times, this was a challenge, but it was one that I was ready to meet. I love the way the room came out. I like all the natural feel to it. I was trying to create a winter wonderland, but I think that I more likely created a Christmas tree lot, because I went a little nuts with all the different trees and textures and sizes and things. Well, listen, you guys have a blessed evening. Keep watching my channel. I know that I have a foyer tour I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do a home tour and show you our bedroom. Now, my kids' bedroom has a little bit of Christmas, but they fought me on that, so there's not a lot to see in there, but I am going to just kind of do a home tour to show everything. So you guys keep on watching if you like what you're seeing. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.